So, if you've ever worked in a vehicle rental shop, you know it can be, well, let's call it organized chaos. Today, we're taking a look at Motor Rent, a system that's designed to bring a little less chaos and a lot more organization. We're going to see how one single platform can get your front desk, your mechanics, and your managers all on the same page, instantly.
Yeah, just think about it for a second. You've got customers at the counter, phones ringing, vehicles going out, vehicles coming in, mechanics in the garage trying to keep up. It's a massive juggling act. So, how in the world do you keep everyone in sync in real time?
Probably the best way to really get it is to follow the journey of just one rental. We're going to see how one simple action up at the front desk creates this ripple effect through the entire system, letting everyone know what's happening exactly when they need to know it.
Okay, but first, you gotta understand that MotorRent isn't just a one-size-fits-all tool. It's actually smart enough to know that your staff, your mechanics, and your managers all have very different jobs. It gives each of them exactly what they need to see without all the extra noise.
And this breakdown is so important. Your front desk staff, they're living in the rental screen. They don't need to be bogged down with company financials. The mechanic, they just need to know the real-time status of the fleet. And the manager, well, they get that bird's eye view of everything. It's all about giving people the right tools for their job. It just keeps things simple. All right, let's dive in where most of the action happens, right at the front counter. A customer walks in, wants to rent a scooter. This is where the whole thing kicks off. Now, instead of some messy paper checklist or a bunch of sticky notes, MotorRent walks the staff through this super simple 5-step process. You pick the renter, grab a vehicle, set the dates, take the deposit, and confirm the agreement. That's it. It's designed to be fast, accurate, and honestly, pretty foolproof. And here you can see the actual screen for that first step. Look how clean that is. The staff can find a returning customer in a snap or, create a new profile in just a few seconds. No jumping between different programs or tabs. It's all right there. Okay, now here's where the magic really starts to happen. The second that rental is confirmed, the system is already working in the background. That info doesn't just sit at the front desk. It's instantly beamed over to the garage, right onto the mechanic's screen. This is the game changer. This is what gets rid of all the guesswork and the frantic shouting across the shop. The system becomes the one single source of truth. It connects the front of the house to the back of the house, live, so everyone knows the exact status of every single vehicle all the time. And check this out. This is that connection in action. On the left, that's what the staff member sees, the new rental for John Smith. Now look at the right. That's the mechanic's view. See that? That same scooter is instantly automatically marked as rented. One action, 2 different views, totally in sync. So cool. All right, so let's fast forward a few days. Our customer, John Smith, is back to return his scooter. The rental journey is almost complete, and MotorRent is ready to make the checkout process just as smooth as the check-in was. And just like checking in, the checkout is a nice, clear workflow. The staff just pulls up the rental, does the vehicle inspection, the system calculates the final charges, they process the payment and release the deposit. Simple, clean, done. But let's be real, right? Things don't always go perfectly. What happens when there's an issue? Maybe a little fender bender, an accident? This is where having a truly connected system really proves its worth. So instead of scrambling for a paper form and trying to remember all the details, the staff can log the accident right there in the system. They can capture everything, the details, the severity of the damage. They can even upload photos right from the counter. This creates an instant, accurate record that the manager can see immediately. Nothing gets missed, nothing gets lost. Okay, so you've got the staff and mechanics down on the ground level, handling the rentals, dealing with that accident report. But what's the manager seeing through all this? Well, let's zoom out. They get that 30,000-foot view of the entire business. Right from their dashboard, they can see the pulse of the business at a glance. For instance, they know exactly what today's revenue is right now, without having to pull some complicated report or mess with a spreadsheet. It's all live right there in front of them. And it's not just about the big picture numbers. They have full access to every customer's history, so they can personally follow up on any issues, like that accident with John Smith's scooter, and they can see a customer's entire rental history, which is huge for building those long-term relationships. And we're talking way beyond just the day-to-day stuff. From here, managers can basically configure the whole business. They can set up new locations, create different insurance packages, manage the vehicle fleets across multiple branches. They have complete control. So when you pull it all together, what do you really get? Well, when you have one system that speaks to everyone on the team, the whole operation just runs smarter.
It stops being about separate jobs and starts being about how they all connect.
It means your staff isn't stressed out because their workflow is so clear. Your mechanics aren't playing a guessing game because they have live data. Your managers aren't flying blind because they have a complete overview of everything. And all of that, it just leads to less confusion, way fewer mistakes, and in the end, happier customers.
So I guess it all comes down to this one question. Is your team just a group of people working in the same building, or are they a real team, truly working together? The right system can make all the difference.